What's going on, Wolfpack? Time again for another wolfofbricks.com update. I am Jim, and of course, this is where we talk about Lego investing and reselling. So 2 quick things before we get into the main topic. I have talked about Pyrex on eBay in the past, and I'm going to do it again. There was a lot of enthusiasm the last time that I mentioned Pyrex, so I'm going to mention it again. So of course you're looking at ebay.com, and check this out. The reason why I'm sharing this listing with all of you is because there's a lot of drama around this stuff, right? So, you know, Lego has a lot of things going on with it, right? When we're talking about reselling Lego, of course. There might be some backstabbing, there might be some arguments. As we get closer to Christmas, there's this one story I've been thinking about sharing with everybody, honestly, for about a year and a half. As we get closer to Christmas, I think I might share it with you just so you understand how much Lego reselling can potentially be a backstabbing thing, right? But there's a lot of drama with this Pyrex thing. So this Pyrex right here is one of a kind. This was a promotional thing, right, from many years ago. And the reason why there's a lot of drama is, just like there's always drama in the Pyrex community, is that the person that is selling this right now sold this set on Mercari a while back. I believe it was somewhere for like $450. The listing ended, and then the person backed out of it. I think they caught a whiff of what they really had on their hands. Now, I actually don't blame them for doing that. This year, there was something that I was selling on eBay that I thought should have reached $400, and I didn't put a reserve on it, and it didn't reach $400. I actually think the reason why I didn't get to $400 was because I was selling it during the wrong time of the year, right? And so I just pulled it, and that's it. And, you know I'm not the first person to do that. I think the auction ended at $125. It was a non-Lego item, by the way. But this person has now listed it on eBay, and you could, if you have an eBay account, you could follow this. As of this recording, there's 4 days left. Hopefully this this video will be out by then. If not, you could catch it as a already completed listing. But there's a group of Pyrex people that are kind of boycotting this because they don't want to touch it. And these are people with big money, too. So right now the listing is going for $8,200. It's an auction listing, right? There's 55 bids. But I just wanted to share it with you, and this is something that I go to occasionally just to check up on. Yesterday, this listing, I think, was going for $4,000. So kind of crazy stuff. All right, now the second thing I have to share with you, this is Lego related. I have talked about the seal codes in the past, and the seal codes at times I feel are kind of like the price per piece whenever it comes to Lego sets. But because there are, to be honest, slow sales this Q4, I think Target has already reported that they have slower sales than expected. I think it's important to talk about this seal code again. So you see these 4 characters, right? You see, I believe it's a 05, then it's an R, and then an 8. What that represents is what week this set was produced. So this would be the 5th week of a year. The letter, I believe, is the manufacturing plant that this set came out of. And the last digit, the 8, is the year that it came out. So that would have been the 5th week of 2018, right? Why is this important, especially as we're potentially hitting a recession? Well, the reason why that is if you go to a Barnes & Noble, you go to a Lego store, you could kind of tell what the sales velocity is on that set. Example, this was 2 months after the U.S. Capitol had retired, right? And, I was driving through Columbus. I was getting ready to pass a Barnes & Noble. I said, just for fun, let me go in there, because this is a Barnes & Noble I used to go to when I lived in Columbus. And I saw a bunch of U.S. Capitals, and I remember I looked at the seal codes, and it was from like the summer of the previous year, right? So that made me very happy because I had already purchased approximately $20,000 of U.S. Capitals because I thought this set was going to be gangbusters, which it was. And that also told me that there weren't a lot of other people purchasing it, right? If there were more people that were purchasing it, then the seal code would have maybe been closer to the time that I visited, maybe around November or December. But since it was in the previous summer, I was pretty happy with that because I knew sales velocity was not strong, and I knew this was going to be a winner. So whenever you go to a Walmart or a Target, you might want to, just as a best practice now, because we're in a potential recession, check out what the seal codes are and, do with that information whatever you like to do. All right, so we're going to talk about a set that I sold. It just completed not too long ago. I didn't sell it all in a month. It was over the course of quite a few months. But it was a Disney set, and you can see right now we're on Lego Shop at Home. There are a lot of great sets. Now this right here, remember, this is the stuff I don't understand. When this set came out, everybody was diving in it, right? They wanted it. They wanted it for that quick flip, which I honestly don't understand quick flips unless it's for a serious amount of money. You don't see anybody on the forums, or you don't see anybody on the Facebook groups when they show pictures of things that they purchased. You don't see car fulls or truck fulls of the mini Disney castle. I just don't understand that. It was popular at the beginning, but as we're getting closer to its retirement, there's not a lot of popularity, but whatever. So we're going to talk about the previous Mickey and Minnie birthday train, right? There are two Minnie and Mickey birthday trains. One has retired. That's the one I had. I believe if you go all the way down to the second page, you can see right here. Yeah, this is my guy right here. I had a lot of these. Now, this set is actually the set that made me permanently banned for Target. I just went kamikaze on it, right? And here's the deal. If I had to do it all over again, I probably would have purchased this set right here. So whenever I was talking to the Patreon group, and by the way, the Patreon group is closed for the rest of the year, so you can't, unfortunately, have access to it. We'll open it up again in January. But I was a fan of this set right here, and I was also a fan of the birthday train. And this set dried up first. I said to myself, the birthday train I'm going to load up on, and then I'm going to go to this set. I should have went to this set first, because by the time I was ready to buy it, it just dried up. So there were a lot of people I know that bought this set, and they made a lot of money, and good for them. And you can see the chart on this set right here. As soon as this set dried up, it was off to the races. That's one of the reasons why I would have loved getting this set first, because I would have immediately dumped it at that price. I believe it was close to $117, and then it kept on going, which is great. I want people to make as much money as they possibly can whenever I talk to people about sets. But this right here, this is the train that I purchased. And let me tell you, I was very nervous, and I almost regretted some decisions I made. I didn't realize this. I made a YouTube video about this set, and somebody in the comments says, "You understand that there's a new Mickey birthday train coming out, right?" And I was like, no, I didn't. And so I was like, oh, crap, what's going to happen? Like, I feel like I should just dump these sets. And, there were a couple people that I talked to, they were resellers, and they went in heavy on this set. I said, what are you doing? They said, we're just getting rid of them. But I didn't, and I'm happy that I didn't. I was able to hold on, and, I have zero regret. And this right here is the new birthday train. Now, in my opinion, the first one was a better set, right? Because it was retailed at $25. The new birthday train was retailed at $30. And the older one has two more pieces, right? So you're getting more of a value because you have more pieces and it's a cheaper price. My wife, she disagrees. She thinks that this set is better because there's Pluto in it and it comes with a third Duplo fig or whatever you want to call it. So it is what it is. Now, when you look at Camel 3X, you can see this is doing somewhat similar to what the last birthday train is. Now, I'm definitely not going to go ahead and purchase this one. It's just not going to happen. I was able, whenever I was purchasing it from Target, they were selling that, I think, $25 birthday train for around $12.99. Now, the majority of my sets were, from that, but not all of them. So I think instead of saving close to 40% off, I saved close to 30% off, which is fine. I'm not complaining. And I believe I remember sharing with everybody that I ordered 300 or 325, and that's not what I have on hand. And I think that's because a lot of my orders were canceled. So when you go to the Excel, you can see right here, I did have a total of 272 units. I actually have another one. I'm just going to hold on to that because it came in a very crushed, damaged box. So there's no reason to go ahead and sell it. But this is the final results. Now, let me say again, this isn't something, you know, we're in November. It's not like I just pulled the trigger on this in November and they all sold out. This was, I believe, starting at the end of the summer is whenever I started selling them at $45, right? And you could see right here that the set retired at $220. And you can see right here the set retired in 2020. The buy price for me on average was around $15.49. It does come out to a return on investment of $190. And my hold time was 23 months. So not too bad. Now this right here is my total purchase price, $4,214 for 272 units. My total sale price, as you see in the thumbnail, was $12,240. Now again, that's before the Amazon fees, the shipping, all that other stuff. So when you take that aspect out of it, you're looking at around $7,500 total for an investment price of $4,214, and that's over the course of 23 months. And again, you know, I challenge everybody. There's really not too many investments out there. It's definitely not the S&P 500 index fund. It's definitely not the Bitcoins, and I say this respectfully to everybody here. It's definitely not your 401k or my 401k, right? So it is what it is. The money I earned from this sale is something that I'm definitely going to put into sets that are already getting ready to retire. And we're eventually going to repeat that cycle and hopefully maybe one day become a Lego millionaire. That's it, my friends. Hope you enjoyed the video. As always, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Once again, I'm Jim with wolfofbricks.com. Always go out there and get it.